O chefe da Missão Diplomática da Palestina em Portugal exorta a comunidade internacional a unir-se de forma a que se possa encontrar uma via diplomática para resolver o conflito no Médio Oriente.
Nabil Abuznaid esteve na Record TV para uma entrevista.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for being with us today. Your president, Mahmoud Abbas, said that the Hamas actions and politics do not represent all of the Palestinians. Do you believe that this is true?
Well, Hamas is a Palestinian faction, but the Palestinians, we have a system which called representations of all factions of the Palestinians, and among them, one of them is Hamas. We have the PLO, who represents all the Palestinian people. The PLO was recognized by Israel, and the PLO recognized Israel itself. So we have a recognition, mutual recognitions by the PLO and Israel. Hamas is one faction in the PLO, and we believe in democracy, like any country in the world. If people vote for them, they are part of the Palestinian people. And this is the situation. Democracy prevails, and they are part of the Palestinians.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that these words of Mahmoud Abbas were a condemnation to the Hamas attack?
No, what Mahmoud Abbas was saying, the president said, the PLO speaks on behalf of the Palestinians, not Hamas or any other factions. The PLO represents all the Palestinians. It's the organization who negotiated with Israel before and the one who can negotiate now with any side or speaks on behalf of the Palestinians.
That was one of my questions. Is it important right now that the PLO negotiates with Israel an end to this war, a solution to this conflict?
Well, this is a very important question today. Today, the first thing, we need to stop the killing. We need to stop the destruction. 3,000 of Palestinians were killed this week, 11,000 injured, 1,000 children were killed. Today, we have 1,000 under rebels. We cannot rescue them. Hospitals, they cannot offer services to the people, and they don't have beds, they don't have medicine. Today, we have 127 children under the rebels. We cannot save them. Wars is terrible. We suffered enough. So why this peace is important? I want to tell you, there is no military solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. It has to be decided peacefully through negotiations.
In a diplomatic way.
Yes, between the Palestinians and the Israelis. Second, I will tell the Israelis, occupation will not give you the security you need. What gives you the security is peace with your neighbors, with the Palestinians. Because Israel, they were always relying on superiority in military and intelligence, and they think we are a strong country. But could you imagine what happened on the 7th of October? A group from Hamas crossed the borders, and you know what happened.
Massacre.
These weapons could be deceiving. Only thing could really give the Israelis security is peace with the Palestinian neighbors.
Who can be the mediator in this peace process? PLO, Arab League, who can be the mediator? President Erdogan already offered to mediate the negotiations. Who can bring some...
It is, you think the Palestinian problem, we got 1,000 resolutions at the UN. But the problem, are the Israelis willing to really give up the occupied territory? The solutions, we could have one state for all people, Jews, Christians, Muslims, white, blacks, people with color. We live in the historical Palestine under one constitution and equal laws. And this is what they call one-state solution. We are ready for that. If the Israelis, which they say that's impossible, now all international community, United States, Portugal, Guterres, United Nations, they are saying two-state solutions. The two-state solution, which proposed West Bank with East Jerusalem and Gaza to be the Palestinian state. It's 22% of the historical Palestine, which means 78% would be the state of Israel. We accepted that. Arabs accepted this. So the Israelis say no also. So the Israelis would prefer the status quo, the occupation. But I will tell you, through history, occupation does not have long life. It will end. The Israelis have to see that. And also, many Israelis who, they are opposed to the occupation and continue in the occupation. Many Israelis, they rather see peace. Maybe they are minority today, but to them, the only solution is to have two-state solution, because to continue our occupation as our moral, as Jews we suffered in the history, we should not be oppressing other people. So you can see split now among Jews about that, and many are telling Netanyahu and his government end this occupation immediately.
And can you tell us if there are already being conversations led by PLO between Israel, Palestine? Are there already existing these conversations or not?
Not at the moment, but before, after the Intifada, Rabin and Arafat decided to talk. Why Rabin decided to talk? Not because he loves the Palestinians or loves his hated enemy Arafat, but he cares about the Israeli lives, and decided after the Intifada, the only way is to talk to the Palestinians. Look what he did. We signed the Oslo Agreement. So sad, unfortunate, he was assassinated by right-wing settler Israeli. When Rabin was assassinated, we lost the whole peace process and more right-wing start coming in Israel. But I will tell you, through history, great leaders who can move from their people, from where they are, to a better situation to be in. That means they can move them from a situation of war like Israel now to a situation of peace. This is great leaders who would be judged in history, like Rabin, who really signed a peace agreement with his enemy, the PLO. And you know, peace agreement is signed between enemies, because this is how peace agreements. Second, if Mr. Netanyahu thinks to kill more Palestinians today, he will not be judged a great hero, because leaders would be judged not by the number they killed from their enemy or the people they hate, but from the number they saved, the lives they saved from their own people. And this is my message to Netanyahu. Please end this war and join the peace camp and talk about peace with the Palestinians instead of more destruction to the innocent people of Gaza.
Thank you very much. It's the end of our time. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.